The Doomsday Heist, buyer beware. There are a ton of new vehicles in this update, and in this video I'll be going over which ones you should buy and which ones you shouldn't. Now we'll actually start not with the vehicle, we'll start with the new facility. There are I think 11 of them, and if you look on the Maze Bank foreclosure website, they vary in price range. They are all the same, so you are only paying for location. So just know that you may want to have it next to like your bunker or your hangar, but just know that it's all the same on the inside. You're just paying for the location. Now, the vehicles. Let's talk about the vehicles that actually go in that facility, the ones that are on the Warstock Cash and Carry website. The one you're going to see right off the bat is the Osprey. This is the new MOC. It's the MOC of the sky. It starts at $3.4 million, but in order to get everything inside of it, like all the upgrades, it's going to cost you roughly like $6 million, which is quite a bit compared to that MOC, but I think it's worth it. You get a lot with it. Now, I will say right off the bat, if you don't have a lot of money, right, you're short on cash, if you already have an MOC, this thing is irrelevant. It does the exact same thing. This is just maybe if you want an MOC that you can fly, this is what you're going to need. But it's got all the stuff inside of it. It's got an autopilot mode, which is amazing. You can switch between the cockpit and the back really easily. It takes 10 homing missiles to explode. It's relatively quick. It's got the VTOL capabilities. You get a lot for that price tag. So while this may be one of the most expensive vehicles from this update, they definitely did make it worthwhile. And I believe it also does have weapons. The weapons aren't anything crazy, I don't believe. Although you can get the cannons that people in the back can control, like the MOC. But I would say the Osprey is a buy if you have the money and if you know going into it that it's the same thing as the MOC, it's just maybe a little bit better because it can fly. The next thing you'll see is the Deluxo. Now the Deluxo is going to come in at I believe $4.7 million, and all of these do have trade prices, which if you complete the heists, then you can get them for a little cheaper. The trade price for the Deluxo, I believe, is $3.5 million. So let's just assume it's going to cost $3.5 million. It's a relatively good purchase at that price tag. Look, it's a Deluxo. It's a car that can fly. It's one of a kind. It's so unique. Who doesn't like the DeLorean? You know what I mean? Now, the only downside is that it doesn't have really any armor. So one explosion, one homing launcher will take you out. And it doesn't, I don't think it has any flares. I didn't see any flare or chaff options, so you can't really dodge missiles unless you just fly in a circle, maybe. It can float on water, or it hovers over water, which I thought was kind of cool. It is somewhat hard to control, it is somewhat hard to handle, but I think in time you will learn that, and you will get better with it, so I'm not going to really discount it because of that too much. I would say, though, the Deluxo is a buy. Next one, the jetpack. Let's talk about the jetpack. I may get some people upset here when I say this, but the jetpack isn't anything special. I mean, yeah, it's cool because it's a jetpack that you can fly around in, but it's basically a helicopter that looks like a jetpack. It's kind of hard to control. You really only have the missiles, the homing missiles, and yeah, you do have flares, so, you know, people won't be able to kill you as easily, but once you get hit, that's it, you're dead. And considering the price tag is 2.7 with the trade price, that's still a lot of money. And I don't know. Look, I know it's a jetpack. Everyone's going to buy it because it's a jetpack. But I'm just letting you guys know, I feel like in a week or two, you're really not going to end up using it. And the reason I say that is because, one, you call it through the mechanic. It works like a vehicle, so you can't easily access it. And I feel like people are just going to get annoyed by that, and then they're going to go ahead and go back to the buzzard or the oppressor for getting around very quickly. Also, it's not super fast. I mean, yeah, look, it's good, it's decent, but it's not what everyone thought it would be. So just know that. I wanted to let you guys know it's not the god vehicle that people maybe thought it would be. It's a novelty item that if you want to buy it, go for it. Next one, the tank, the Kanjali, I think it's called. This thing is amazing. The trade price is $2.8 million, so, you know, a little bit under that $3 million price tag range, which honestly I think is cheap for this tank. it can hold 4 people. So it's a tank that holds an entire CEO organization. And what it can do is quite a bit, actually. It has that railgun, which is very good and very powerful, and you can charge it, which apparently, if you charge it, it can just go further. I don't think it actually does more damage. The customization on it isn't anything special, but it's not bad. Like, it's good for a tank. It's what you should expect, I guess. And it takes about 8 to 9 RPGs to blow it up. So it's kind of like the Insurgent and all of those armored vehicles. Now, it's not that quick. Obviously, it's a tank. But one good thing, it's not like the Rhino tank in that cars get stuck underneath you and then explode, which will damage your tank quicker. This one, that doesn't really happen. You just sort of push them out the way. So I like that. And also, you can get weapons for your gunner, so that's a plus as well. Moving down, we have the RCV. This is that police riot van 2.0. Don't buy this thing. This thing is a joke. It's $2.3 million with the trade price, and that's way too much money. You would think it's armored. It's not. One RPG explodes it. It's not that fast. I mean, a cool part is that you can put the lights on, the police lights on, and you do have the water cannon, which is like a fire truck. But apart from those two things, this thing is bad because the ramp on the front isn't that good. Doesn't really help. And like I said, it's not very practical because you can get blown up in one shot. Next one is the Stromberg. Now, this is one of those other novelty cars. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's good for what it does. If you want a car that won't get destroyed by the water no matter what, this is your car. It's $2.3 million with the trade-in price. It's got decent customization, nothing too special. It does have weapons, which is nice. It's got the RPGs on it, or the locking on missiles. But the fact that it can go underwater just makes it really, really, really good. Next up is that missile truck, the Chernobog. The trade-in price for this one is $2.4 million. I would say don't buy it. It's great for the air. Like, the weapons on it are amazing. You know, you can barrage and it locks on. It has a homing missile. So it has the best of both worlds. But the problem is you have to be stationary to use it. And if you're only one person, you actually have to get out of the driver's seat, hold Y, and then go into the back, the passenger side or whatever, to shoot the missiles, which means you are stationary. And because you're stationary, people that are in helicopters or jets can easily take you out. And the worst part, one measly RPG will destroy this thing. So I would say don't waste your money. Next, we have the Barrage. Now, the trade price for this is $1.5 million. So it's the cheapest out of all of these. I would say buy this thing. It's a super, super fun vehicle. It's got great customization, insane customization, really, really good customization. I can't say enough how good the customization is. The guns are relatively good. You know, nothing too crazy, but you can put an explosive grenade launcher on the back. It does take 3 RPGs to explode, so it does have some armor. But just one thing, when you are customizing it, certain parts will not allow you to shoot out of it, like if you're the driver. So just know that. Don't restrict yourself. But yeah, for $1.5 million, I would say that's a good purchase. Then we have the 2 aircrafts, the Akula and the Volatile. We'll start with the Akula. It can hold 4 people. It takes 3 homing launchers to explode, so it's like the Hunter. It doesn't actually have anti-missile countermeasures. It doesn't have flares, but because of that, it has a stealth function, which if you hit right on the D-pad, your helicopter will go in stealth mode, which means you can't shoot, you can't do anything but fly it, but you don't appear on the map. That is awesome. It's $2.7 million with the trade price. This thing is worth it. I mean, we'll have to do some tests maybe to see if it's, you know, how it compares against the Hunter, but right off the bat, this thing feels amazing. It handles good. It's really fast, and I really like it. I like the way it looks. I like that stealth feature. You can have the barrage missiles if you want. Unfortunately, though, you can't have both barrage and homing. You can only pick one, but I like it. So yeah, I would buy that one. Then we have the Volatile. Why do they do this? This is the Bombushka 2.0. It's slightly better. guess what? It can take 2 homing launchers to explode instead of just 1, like the Bombushka or whatever the Bombushka was. It also isn't very fast. It's very big. If you're the pilot, you can't really do anything apart from drop bombs. Now, it does have 100 bombs instead of 50, and I think they drop a little faster, but that's not that good. This thing should have been, someone in my stream said, a supersonic jet. Should have been really fast, and I agree with that. But it's not. So for $2.8 million as the trade price, don't buy it. Now, the other vehicles, the actual cars, we have the Comet Safari. This one's cool. I mean, look, you're not going to be winning races with it, but it looks great, at least in my opinion. I know that's subjective. It's got a bunch of customization. You can actually put guns on it, a little minigun, if you go into the MOC with it. And I found that it handled really well when I was driving it around. So I would say buy it. It's relatively inexpensive too. I think it's only $710,000, which compared to everything else is cheap. So if you want a fun little car, then yeah, go with the Comet. The next one, the Ubermacht SC1, the BMW i8 wannabe. I know I just said looks are subjective, but this thing is ugly. I'm not going to buy it. It's a supercar. It's 1.7 million, I believe. And it's, you know, middle of the pack. It's fast, but it's not going to do anything special. The customization is bad. Overall, it's just not a good car. Don't buy it. The Vapid Riata. This is that off-road truck. Dude, we finally got a customizable off-road vehicle. Hell yeah. I like it, Rockstar. And it's relatively cheap. I think it's like 400K. Good on you for that. Then we have the Ocelot Pariah. Now, this one's a sports car. It's not bad. It's just a generic sports car. You know, nothing really stands out about it. I think it's like 1.4 million. So it's pretty expensive for sports cars. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but there isn't really much customization. So if you want it, you know, you can buy it to test it out, but it's nothing special. The one that is special though, the Coil Raiden. This is the Tesla. It's a sports car. I think it has 4 seats. I forget. You'll see in the gameplay, obviously you can tell. It's got insane acceleration. It's just like the Cyclone. This thing is going to be the best sports car to drag race in. It'll be interesting if we compare the Raiden versus the Cyclone. I'll definitely do that test. But yeah, this thing is amazing. It looks great. Customization is somewhat lacking, but as long as the car looks good, I'm fine with customization not really being there. So I would say buy this car. And then that leaves us with the lowrider, the new Benny's car. It's called the Declasse Yosemite. One cool thing about this one, it actually has auto hydraulics. So when you're driving, your car will go up. When you stop, it'll go down. It's got an insane amount of customization. You know what you're getting, right? With this and with the Riata, the other truck, you know what if you're buying these cars, you're not expecting them to do anything special. You just want them because they're different and they are insanely customizable. So I would say buy on the Yosemite if you were looking for that. But there you guys have it. That is the buyer beware video. Might have been a little long, but there are a lot of vehicles in this update. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have anything you want to add, let us know in the comment section. But thank you all. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.